what brought you to Paris, sir?
Well, this question, I might just say, as you know, Africa, this is the economic problem. Most of the times we don't even know how to explain it. But as usual, as you can see me of the Africans over here, it is the economic problem.
Oh, okay. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, sir?
Yes, as I said, I come from northern part of Ghana. The northern part of Ghana is one of the, I could say, a poorest region in Ghana. So I belong to one of the tribe they call a Mampusi tribe within that particular territory. We usually base in Walwali. Walwali is the town that we all base. But in reality, I was born in the village called Zangu. Okay, Zangu is just, let's say, 3 kilometers from Walwali town. But we all based in Zangu, in Walwali. Walwali is where I went to middle school. Anyway, my primary school, I started in my village over there. Then I continued my middle school in Walwali, that is Roman Catholic middle school. I did not even completed that middle school in Walwali, where my uncle took me back to Kumasi, where I continue my middle school over there. So I completed my middle school in the village called Chobidi. And as I am saying, I from a poor family, it wasn't easy during the time that I was trying to educate myself. I could see my parents, they were farmers, as you know, as usual in the village. They don't have the necessary equipment that can even help them to expand their agriculture, so they don't really have funds, So my schooling was really very tough, and at the same time in a village whereby almost all the children at that time, whenever you are, get to, let's say, the age of 10 or 11, you have to assist your parents in farming,
Okay. Sir, can I call you Alasan?
Aye, if you want, but I prefer my local name, Sugru.
Mr. Sugru.
Sugru, this is what I think what we are going to talk about is, I prefer my local name, Sugru. Sugru means patience. So
Okay, Suguru.
Yeah.
All right, Suguru. The modern science under the tradition of Africans. Yes?
Yes.
That is the title of your book?
Yes.
Or is it
African Traditional Revolution is the title.
Okay.
And then I have the subtitle, which is the modern science and the tradition of Africa.
Thank you.
Okay.
What inspired you in writing this book, sir?
In fact, this question is very interesting because I personally, as I said, I'm someone who hasn't got a very high education. But I think what really inspired me a lot to write this book is when I was a child and I was, let's say, maybe my parents were Islam. My parents, they are still Islamic people, Muslims, So when I was a child, I tried to learn something concerning about the Islam, and at the same time, my grandparents, they were really a traditional, We are the traditional historians. If we want to know the history of Africa, it's our people. The traditional historians are the people, those are using the talking drum to tell the history of the world, the history of anyone. So we belong to this particular family. So when my grandmother taught me this tradition. which really giving me the explanation of the world, telling me how the world is originated from, through our own traditional way of life and all this. And this was what my grandmother, who has never been to school, taught me, you know. So in fact, these things really push me, and I believe in those things, you know. But when I started schooling, I learned something like, okay, I study Bible a little bit and learn the Quran, and then if you look at what we study in the school too, we have different definitions about the world.
Are you religious?
Are religious and all this, and so we get a different definitions from our traditional explanation what my grandmother told me.
What did your grandmother tell you? Can you snap it for us a bit? Can you just focus on that a little bit for us?
Yes, my grandmother, whoever told me that
she inspired you to write this book, or
I could say that the little history he taught me inspired me, you know. And then when I also grown up and I started to make my research, I got to realize that what my grandmother taught me, they are, I think, relevant, something that I can put them into a book. Do you get the point? That is where I have this vision. It was my doubt of, let's say, maybe religious, and then combined with what we learn from the school, and then compare it to their traditions. I've never sound correctly, you know, until when I started to put things in order, like what my
How scientific is your book as written underneath? I mean, the title is The Modern Science Under the Revolution.
The modern science under the
traditional revolution of Africans. Very good. How scientific is your book as written underneath? Sugru, eh?
Yes.
Sugru.
Sugru, yes.
Sugru or Sugru?
Sugru.
Sugru.
Yes.
That means
patience.
Patience.
Yes. Yes, if you look at in the book, I talk about something like the life origin over there. And this life origin explanation is just a deep, like any scientific explanation. If you look at the cycles over there, I draw is my own imagination, and I use it to explain the origin of life, where life is come from.
African traditional revolution.
Yes.
You have a past life cycle.
Yes.
You have present life cycle.
Yes.
And then you have future life cycle.
Exactly, yes.
So, a brief on the past life cycle or present life cycle. Any which one you want to take or you want to start from. A little bit on that.
Okay. Yeah. Let me just say, if I'm to talk about the present life cycle, we talk about the present life cycle is just right now, as we are all existing right now, and as I'm talking to you now, anything that I'm doing right now is a present. So we say this life is going round the circles, like when your father or your mother gave birth to you, where you started from is the present, and you are going round the circle until when you die. A minute that you die, that of your cause, this body, disappear, but the spirit is still what? Recycling, and the spirit will restart another new baby to inform another new baby. Do you get the point? And that means already the first time when you were born, that was your present, you go round. So if you are to come round again, it means you know about the past, and you will begin another one again. Do you get the point? That is a present. And here is where I talk about the future life cycle too. So our spirit is going around this circle. When your mother gives birth to you, you go round.
That is the lifespan.
Lifespan, you get the point. When you die, then it begins. Your body will gone, but that spirit will jump into another and enter into another man, and when the man have, sex with his female partner, then that spirit will started to form another new body. Do you get the body? It's just like the leaves that you see. You know, if you look at the trees, you see the leaves when they just shoot up a very, the young leaf. You know, when that leaf is fall, another new one will continue, but the same branch is still holding it. That is how they do.
One thing, just to chip in, or just a question, by the way.
Okay.
I mean, you don't seem to be speaking very good English. I mean, you're a traditionalist, as you said earlier.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, English shouldn't be. English is someone's language.
That is
What motivated you actually in writing such a book without a proper or without a very way of maybe speaking about issues or maybe doing things or saying things properly in English? I'm not laughing, I mean, on that base, but I mean, you have to, or you must have some motivation that got you into writing such a book, sir.
Yes.
What is that
motivation? If I'm to talk about that motivation, that is why
you have a good English, right?
But
expression or expressing yourself.
Yeah, no, because as I've told you already that I'm not highly educated. Do you get the point? This is a really true. Even before I started writing this book, let me tell you one thing. I did not believe that I can write the book. Let me tell you the fact about this. So I was even thinking that how am I going to make this message across the world? And then the first thing which came to my mind was that I can play music. Do you get the point? But I got to realize that playing the music will not make my work really serious. The way I want the message to cross the world will not be satisfied as I want it. Do you get the point? So this pushed me, that I can do something. So I started to write anything which come to my mind down. Do you get the point? I'm just trying to writing them and liberating them the way I can write. That's all, because I know that there are professionals, those can edit that book. Do you get the point? So after I finish, everything, I just present them to the professionals. And the professional, when they look at it, they say, yes, you have already written a book. But it's the only thing that we need is to find time and then edit it very well so that it will be at the professional standard.
Good.
So I was really very happy when you said so, because I doubt myself first. But after I just organized all these manuscripts and I sent to him, he said it's okay. Oh, really? Finally he edited everything and it became a book.
You have a big ego, I suppose.
I got it, yes.
you really wanted it and then you have it.
Yes, because I think that if I'm to play the music, the musician, I know Bob Marley really tell a lot of stories.
Okay, so you're a musician. Apart from writing a book, you're a musician.
Yeah, local, but not all that. Also not professional.
Do you play any instrument?
I just play my talking drum. That one is something that I said is the first education in the world. I used to say that, playing the gong is the first education in the world.
Okay, the gong.
The gong.
Okay.
When you talk about the gong, that's the first education in the world.
Good.
Before any religious education or whatever, this was education already. That is when I said the gong, the widows were playing the they were the people know the secret of the world and the history of the world. And when the people of the world looking for the history of the world, they have to contact these people. Even if you look at it, we can just give an when the white people discover African, when they wanted to, learn the history of the African, these are the real people they went to ask about this. So I am naturally belong to that particular family.
Who plays the gong?
The gong.
Who is entitled to play the gong?
Actually,
what is the gong actually? What does
the talking drum?
The talking drum.
Yeah.
And then what does it talk to the people? How do you use the drum to talk to the people?
We have it in the traditional that whenever you started playing that gong,
wait,
you are getting. Your spirit is booming up. It's making you, and then it open your memory to get the point, so you can play and when you are playing, you let's say everything open to you.
How does your audience understand The Gong.
The Gong
How do
language.
they understand?
You understand it, and now when you tell the people, you play it, you tell the people what it means. You get the point. So if you look at the olden days, before the education of all these things, this educational system was already exist, whereby the people, those who want their children to learn the history, they will send them to the Gong, that the master of the Gong house. They will go. The children will stay in that person's house, maybe until the age of 15 to 16. Whilst he's serving the man, because you know those days only farming was what their occupation. Do you get the point? He learning the history.
All right.
So
Anyway,
education.
anyway, thank you. I mean, this is just by the way. I mean, we are focusing on your book. I mean, your newly written book. But this was just a passerby.
I got
and
it.
so next time I would have you on a Ghana Journal. I'll definitely do what dwell into how Gongo and other drums.
It's very interesting. It's very interesting because I really want to expand that education, and I want the people to understand what brought the real education, what brought the religion, and then what brought the formal education that we are. All origin can trace from that.
Yes, we will definitely do that.
Yeah.
Viewers, you are watching Ghana Journal. My name is Nyanfeiku Andor. Yes, lively live with
Like
your name, sir.
Sugru
Manwuriba. You know, I'm very familiar with Al Hassan, and so
the family.
yes.
This number I like because it's
Sugru. I'm live on this channel with Sugru. Yes, Nyanfeiku Andor as usual. But I will continue with his book, his newly written book that is making waves across Europe, because you know he's coming from, I mean, non-educational background, but this man has been able to write a very, very wonderful book that it's making waves out here. So as I speak to him and as I continue to unleash, or I will try to find out more of how he was able to do what to write this book. How many languages, Sugru, have you transferred your book into? Because it seems it's only in English, and then you know.
Yeah, but at the moment,
you live in France.
Yeah, I am working to get the French version. It's also at the moment French and English is what. And I'm also, I hope that the German and
Spanish,
yes, and all
Spain,
the other languages.
German as well.
All I think in future I have to translate the book to all those languages so that the book can.
Can you briefly tell us a bit of the content in your book? A little bit of the whole book. The book title, the book
African
Traditional Revolution. Yes. Can you tell us a little bit about the content in that book?
The content about the book is the whole thing is concerned about Africans and their way of life, African traditions, in all. I mean, let's say the attitude of the African also can explain over there, and then we also talk about most of the origin of most of the things that we are learning today, maybe from the external materials that we don't know that the origin were traced from our African traditional background. You know, I get that explanation if you look at the context. So I put this in just like a deep explanation to my own discovery. Do you get the point? The way that I discovered the things. So I give explanation to their life, and I give their explanation to a lot of things, the human attitude general. Do you get the point? So this book is really something which is very interesting for anyone that I think is either is spiritual or scientific. This is what I do. So I call it the people. Those who want to use it as a spiritual can use it, and then those who are
how spiritual are you yourself?
What I believe, everything is a discovery, and I've come to realize that I even have possibility to heal people. I can do it.
How?
Through Africanology therapy.
Africanology
Therapy
therapy.
system. Yes.
Oh, okay. How do you do that?
I do this by trying to discover the problem of the people. Like, I got to realize that anyone who is suffering, or anyone who have a problem, or anyone who is suffering psychological or whatever it is, there is some cause. And what is the cause? And I think the cause is the pain. Do you get the point? You see, because I get realize that if you go to our traditional background, I mean, some of the professors, some people will be telling you that the causes of maybe some of the psychological and all this suffering is, you will say maybe they're witchcraft and whatever this. No. But I got to realize that everything caused by pain. Do you get the point? And when that pain being, registered into you, that is where you begin to get those suffering. Because someone cannot just cause you spiritual.
You mean emotional pain?
Emotional pain.
Physical pains? Okay.
I mean, sometimes this physical pain is what everyone can see.
Okay.
We talk about the emotional pain.
All right.
Because if you look at the human beings, this our heart, the memory is just like any memory that you can see it inside the computer or your telephone.
Okay. Okay.
I just want you to just analyze it by yourself. You know your own telephone.
Talk to us.
Okay, your own telephone.
Good.
When you take this one that you are using to recording me, if you record many pictures and photos and videos on it, what happened to the memory?
It becomes full up.
And when it's full, if you try to record, can it record anything?
Nothing.
That is how our memory works. So when we are registering the pain and the memory becomes full, you cannot resist anything. That's why any little thing gets you, causing you confusion. You can even die. It's the pain which always pushes onto death. So my Africanology therapy system is to help the person cleaning that pain. And when the person is able to clean that pain from his heart, he gets another stop.
How on what basis, or how can you help the person or a person clean?
I help the person by that. I put the system, like I say, the communication to your past and our ancestors. This is what I use. So when I said I wanted to help you to communicate to your ancestors, it means I'm going to help you to go around these circles. This is your past life circle, you know. So when I'm trying to push you to this, you are going around or passing this away. I will just put you, asking you some questions about yourself. What kind of pain swelling your heart? You begin to tell me the pains, and before I will let you, started those things, I must keep you to their past. Do you get the point? Because right now you are looking at me like this, so you are present. But when I ask you to close your eyes, you see nothing. Do you get the point? So far you don't see anything more. Do you get the point? Anything that appear into your mind is a past now. Do you get the point? So that is where you are discovering the real pain which has been recorded, and you will be telling me this thing. The more you tell me these things, the more you release. Do you get the point? And you will get to some point that you will see yourself in a different planet completely. Some people they will see that the spirituality they got themselves to some fool that they have been trapped. Do you get the point?
Is this voodoo? Is this
it's not
tradition?
It's a tradition. It's something like as I try it myself and I see it working, and I must put it into practice.
Are you trying to refer it to self-conscience?
Maybe I don't really know how to put it
at self-realization.
Self-realization. That is exactly what I think that this. That is exactly my explanation.
Okay, let's
just
move
a
on.
Self-realization.
All right.
So you are discovering yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you are able to go through all the cycles, let me just give you a simple explanation.
All right.
So someone, when I put you back to run your circles, now you are in the present circle like here.
Okay.
So you go around, all what you are telling me is going like this. It go like this. You know.
Show it a little bit to the screen.
Yeah.
And then
so
demonstrate that.
this is a present.
To the
Maybe
viewers.
you are here.
Yes.
So I ask you close your eyes.
Yeah.
So while you close your eyes, you get a point. Now you are turning like this. This is a pass. Do you get the point? You are going like this. All what you are telling me is a pass.
Come a little bit forward, please. Yeah.
You see?
Good. And then do that.
Sorry.
No, it's
So all what you are telling me now is the pass over here. You know, and then you have been registered some things. You got the point.
Yes.
So what has been registered now is what you are now telling. The pain that has been registered and giving you harm is what you are telling me, and it goes like that. This. So sometimes when you get to this place, you can intersect it into the other circle. Do you get the point? Maybe before maybe you live 100 years ago, you were even living, you know, so you are under the past life cycle.
Okay,
so when you cross and this one, you can even enter to the past.
Okay, reincarnation. You mean you believe in?
Maybe sometimes it could be like that too. That's
So let's go to the next step, please.
It's just a point where you see someone can enter into the future cycle too. So that's what I say. A person who has possibility to go around all these circles is a creative person.
Okay, the present, the past, and then the future.
Such person, what he know the present, he know the past, and he know the future too. But if you look at most of the way the African system right now, most of the people, I think I could say maybe the religious training put us past, because we don't believe future things like that. We just, I mean, what we have learned.
Do you? Is it you? Are you talking for the whole of Africans, or you are talking
generally
the world?
The world.
They don't believe in the future.
Most, some mundosa, and maybe if your belief is fixed, if your mind is fixed, the future is little bit down. People rather just think about only today,
they don't
present,
think about tomorrow.
Voila, and then the past. The past is what they are reading. So the material that they are reading is what they believe. So
Do
when
you work,
someone is bringing a new thing.
Excuse me, sir. You work in France, right?
Yes. Exactly.
When you get home and then you rest.
Yes.
Don't you think about tomorrow to go to work?
You think about tomorrow to go to work.
So, you are an African, right?
Yes.
So, when you say, or when you majoritize the whole situation,
yeah,
that people, majority of the people in the world,
yeah,
don't think for the future, or don't think in futuristic way. I mean, what are you saying then?
No, this is a different issue. I'm talking about the spiritualism.
Okay,
issue.
the spiritual. How deep is your
the
spirit?
point? And where I put it, like, if your spirit is under this past, you don't accept new things.
Okay.
So when you don't accept new things, it means you don't accept future. Do you get the point what I'm just saying? Like, I'm trying to bring something new. There are some people who rise against it, and they will even say that new thing don't have to exist, because their mind has been trained and trapped under the past, only past.
Okay.
Though they are present.
Okay, life cycle, you mean?
Yes,
Lifespan.
they are present,
Okay.
like this.
All right.
But their mind, spiritual, is past.
All right.
You get what I'm saying?
All right.
You see, so if
Past in what terms? In what way? They've tell me in what sense? I don't want to answer it for you.
Yeah, they are at past in spirit way, like they can't accept the new thing that they don't know. Only the thing which has been maybe designed or written or do by someone, and the person teach them.
Like, can you give us an example?
For instance, I'm giving a Bible or Quran as one a good examples. Do you get the point? This is the books which written as a religion for quite a long and the people and then people, yeah, so people limit themselves to that particular the books. And then when somebody even coming with a different books, like before education himself come to existence or scientific come to existence, you see all this how people are resisted them. Do you get the point? This means that their mind has been trained to remain as a past. But if your mind is not trained to remain as a past and always maybe be like present, past, and future, in fact, you accept new things, like you accept any new things.
That's the
you
future.
accept the past, and the present, and this. And you
Okay.
think about this.
Okay.
You get the point.
Okay.
So this book has really like braided a lot of things about this issue.
Yes, but have you been able, or have you gotten some informations concerning the impact that this book you have written impacting in people's life? Have you had any comments?
Yes.
Any,
I'm telling you, I even because the influence, I mean, it's like
people admire your book.
Yeah.
Okay.
What even influenced me? Like, let's say, when I was trying to write this book and I tried to do all this, when I joined the Facebook, when I started to share, my message across the Facebook, that was what really influenced me more to write the book. Many people ask me, where can I get your book? Where can I get your book? And all that. But at that time, I've never have any book. You get the point. So after I publish it, all those guys, get this book. Everyone is saying a positive thing about this book. It's really a book which is life changing. Not only me for the African, generally.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, life changing. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. I mean, were there difficulties in publishing this book?
Oh yes,
Be sincere.
Of course. As I told you already that with a very low level of education, even to write and then edit things professionally, I have to find people who help me for all those things. And at the same time, the financial situation too, things were not all that easy for me, But by the help of the people, I'm able to produce the book.
Would you like to thank some people? I mean, the people who assisted you in writing this book and as well as publishing it.
Oh yes.
Names, if you want, you can.
Yes.
You have all the time.
First of all, I think Mr. Duke E. Mensah is the one who edited this book.
Who?
Mr. Duke E. Mensah.
Okay.
Mensah, he's the one who helped me to edit this book. In fact, my thanks goes to him very well. That man did a very excellent job.
He lives in Ghana, or he lives
He lives in Ghana.
Oh, okay.
He lives in Ghana.
All right.
And then let's say the one who published it, and he's the one who directed it to him. He is a Prosper Adimpa. They are the publication people and this. No, he's not the one who financed it, but I just
okay.
You get the point.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Adimpa also, in fact, he did a very well. And then one of my brother also called Fatau. Fatau, he did a very excellent job because I was over here, but the book published in Ghana. You see what I did it at this time? I wrote over here, but because of the financial I have to forward everything down there, and I struggled to get money and pay for the editing and all these things. So that my brother of Fatau really helped me a lot. Also, my own son Adams, just a very young guy, but he also inspired me a lot when I was writing this book. And I love that boy too. Yes. And my own parents too. I also thank my own parents, both father and mother. In fact, I think they all give me support simply because when I was trying to publish the book, as an Africans, we used to send money home to them. But when I told them that this is what I'm doing, they understood my.
How can people across the world get access to your book, sir?
My book, you can get it from the internet. You
have a website?
I have the website www.africanology.net. It's my website.
Come again.
www.africanology.net.
Okay, you have your numbers, you have everything.
And then I have, if you want to contact me personally
Very
too,
good.
my number here is 00336594. No, sorry, the number is mistake. Sorry, 003365094644 is my contact number. And then
Definitely.
my email is Sugru Manwuriba. Sugru Manwuriba at yahoo.com.
Definitely, I will put them on this
Okay.
when I'm editing the whole
Yes, I
program.
think
All
that
my
would be very
my
clear,
managers will
because
will do that. Don't worry about that. African Traditional Revolution.
Yeah.
That is the book, right?
Yes.
Sugru Al Hassan.
Yes.
And
Sugru Manwuriba Al Hassan.
Manwuriba.
Oh, I even just prefer Sugru Manwuriba. I love that
Sugru
name. Manwuriba is the
Manwuriba.
name of my grandfather, and I like the Manwuriba also means that I love them.
Sugru Manwuriba Al Hassan.
Yes.
African Traditional Revolution.
Yeah.
Author of this book.
Yes.
Thank you very much for coming on this program, Ghana Journal. My name is Nyanfeiku Andor. Thank you, viewers, and then we shall meet another time. All the best.
Thank you very much too for having you. In fact, I really appreciated your service.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
All the best.